Estás escuchando Latino Radio TV, inspirando tu lado humano. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Sí, tú que me estás escuchando, ¿ya nos conoces? Somos Latino Radio TV. Somos un lugar donde día a día conectas, fluyes, meditas, aprendes, suspiras, sonríes, cantas, gozas. ¡Claro que sí! ¿Y te inspiras? ¡Ja! Y te enteras. Lo único que tienes que hacer es descargar nuestra aplicación para iOS y Android. Solo tienes que ingresar a latinoradiotv.com y listo. Todo en un mismo lugar. También puedes darle un toque play para escucharnos desde la web. Ahora contamos con música variada y genial las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de toda tu semana, que se detiene para darle paso a nuestros programas que estarán al aire y se reactiva una vez concluidos. Así que a cualquier hora y en cualquier lugar te sentirás acompañado por nosotros. ¿Quiénes somos? Somos Latino Radio TV. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Yo soy Tom Ortega y quiero invitarte a que escuches mi programa de radio Aquí Entre Nos, transmitido directamente desde la ciudad de Miami, Florida, por Latino Radio TV, todos los jueves a partir de las 7 de la noche con horario de México y 8 de la noche horario de Miami, Florida. Recuerda mi programa Aquí Entre Nos, todos los jueves, claro que sí, por Latino Radio TV.
Sin censura. Ups.
Te esperamos, Ari y Erika, cada sábado a las 7 de la noche, hora de la Florida, y 6 de la tarde, hora de México.
Para que juntos creemos magia a través de Latino Radio TV.
Con diversos temas de la vida real y los de ensueño, para así conectar unos con otros en empatía total.
Sintoniza www.latinoradiotv.com y atrévete a platicar con nosotros sin censura.
Hey, we invite you to SIGH with us.
Every Friday after dinner.
You can tune in latinoradiotv.com at 8 p.m. Florida time.
Remember, SIGH with us at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time every Friday through latinoradiotv.com.
Jairo
and Erica will be waiting for you.
Hola, 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 ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Yo parezco nueva. Se me estaba atorando aquí todo el asunto. Y bueno, ya estamos aquí en latinoradiotv.com a través de Facebook Live y a través de nuestra emisora pues maravillosa que es latinoradiotv.com. De este lado les saluda su amiga Erika de la O. Muchísimas gracias por estarnos acompañando en nuestro programa nuevo, sacado de el horno. SIGH with US. Les estoy hablando en español, aunque en realidad vamos a hablar en inglés. Soy la mamá de este muchachón que está aquí medio escondido. ¿Quién es?
My name is Jairo, and the chains are finally over, man. I can finally express myself 100% of the time, okay? No more ums or whats or nothing, okay? This is Sin Censura times 2, all right?
Well, this is not Sin Censura. Actually,
no,
this
times
is
2.
SIGH with us.
No, times 2.
Times 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so Ari is going to say, I invent that program, and now Jairo is taking it away from me, or what?
I'm going to have to take the shirt off because the jokes and references I'm going to start making are going to confuse my mom.
Yes.
And that's why I'm here to explain the situation and say, hey, you know what? That's incorrect. You know?
Okay.
What I meant to say with Sin Censura times 2, it's like I'm not replacing it. I'm not taking the title. I'm just saying it's times 2. ¿Qué es 2 más por 4?
2 más por 4? What was that? What kind of operation is that?
No,
2 más 4 por 2. Okay.
What's 2 times 6?
2 times 6 is 12.
Okay, 6 is Sin Censura, 12 is us.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super good. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. This guy, his first language is English, so he's gonna be super open to talk about so many topics. Probably I'm gonna have some mistakes, which you're gonna correct for me because you are super awesome. Like I can correct you in Spanish, no?
Yeah, well, now you can't.
Why?
We've signed a contract where every time I make a mistake in Spanish, you're supposed to say you're correct. You're always right, Jairo. Nothing you do is imperfect.
Okay.
And anything you say in Spanish is perfect and never wrong.
Okay, from now on, you're super perfect.
In Spanish.
In Spanish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Actually, you've been practicing a lot of Spanish lately, which is super good, but also you are studying Japanese.
No,
don't tell me. Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
No. Oh my God. No, this was.
Okay.
Now I have the pressure of the whole world. If I don't learn, everyone's going to be like, wow, mírale este man, hablador. Now everyone me va a caer. Everyone,
yeah, because you are talking too much. It's like when people talk too much and then they do nothing. It's like, oh my God. But you're going to do it. Actually, you were telling me.
Yeah, ni hao. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's not Japanese.
That's not it. Okay, that's not it. Yeah. Ni hao is actually Chinese.
Yeah.
Yes. But tell me some words in Japanese.
Say so means pure girl.
Okay.
Because I watch a lot of YouTubers that speak this language, and I'm like, oh snap, that's pretty cool. You know, I have stressful days. I'm like, damn, this day sucks. I wish I could like make it better. Then I go on YouTube, and then this chick's like, oh, hi, konnichiwa, blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh snap, what? How is this chick for real? You know?
Yes, and actually you thought it's anime, no? Because the girls, they look like anime.
Oh, actually, I have to show you guys something.
Yes.
I'll be back. 5 seconds.
5 seconds. He's coming back. Ok. Mientras él regresa, yo aprovecho a hablar un poco de español, porque bueno, esa es mi lengua materna, y pues ya estamos aquí. La verdad es que estoy muy contenta, porque finalmente hago que mi hijo pues participe en este programa, porque fue idea de él, la idea el año pasado, y ahora el año pasado, hace un par de meses es que él tuviera su programa solo, pero pues por obra del Espíritu Santo y cosas de la vida no fue así, y entonces ahora estamos haciendo un nuevo programa que prácticamente va a ser para que él practique pues el comunicarse con todos nosotros. Yo obviamente me desenvuelvo mejor en el idioma inglés y él pues se exprese y podamos conocer un poquito de lo que los jóvenes piensan, cómo piensan, qué es lo que hacen y por qué lo hacen. A ver, it's your time.
Am I able to show videos in this video?
No, I don't think so. But you can tell us about the video.
Well, it's because it's 3 seconds.
Okay. Well, you can.
Fine.
Okay.
You guys can just imagine.
Imagine.
the
Have an imagination. Open your brain.
The beauty of this.
Yes.
All right. It's 3 seconds, but 3 seconds. It only takes 3 seconds to fall in love. All right. I'm in love with cartoons. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, here we go.
Okay. He's in love with the cartoon.
No, I'm kidding. It's just an expression.
It's just an expression. All right. Pika puka, pika puka, kuka pika puka.
No, it's because it's basically an animation that someone made from this. See?
Okay.
So basically, what these women do is that they pay someone to draw a character, right? And from this character, they send it to a 3D
3D
app.
company app.
Yeah. And they make this model, which basically lets you like move your arms and make expressions with your face through virtual reality. It's basically the future.
Okay. Well, actually, like 2 years ago or something, you were like ashamed of saying that you like cartoons, things like that. But now you know that a lot of people like cartoons. They really love it, these characters, and actually make you dream and like you wanted to become a game designer.
Yeah.
So that motivated you to do good stuff and actually, you were telling me like two hours ago or something that you would like to travel to Japan and live there to inspire yourself, which is super awesome.
Well, first I want to just visit it because of the Olympics. It's going to be there next year, so I have an excuse.
If the pandemic situation, it's fine.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my excuse for going abroad. Besides, I've never been to Asia, so this is the Olympics is a good, excuse to say, okay, let's go. Why not? I have a job now. I can just save the money. I can, It's a good way to explore the world, through different cultures. I guess. Yeah.
And actually talking about cultures, a lot of Mexican American, Ecuadorian American. By the way, let me explain you that he has 3 nationalities. He's Mexican from mom's side. He's Ecuadorian from that side, and American because he was born here in the United States. But sometimes when you are a teenager, you don't have identity, and it's super, super bad, no? And can you share us a little bit about, because right now you feel so proud and you like to travel and know different cultures, and now you know who you are, which is super awesome.
Yeah.
But between 14, 16, that is your brother's age, actually, you don't have identity and you don't feel like you belong to a place. And that is hard on teenagers.
Yeah.
More when parents are not with them to talk to them about the situation. How is the situation going to be later on? In our case, I think we talk a lot, we chat a lot. You were like super different of the real way you are. But I was so patient to settle and to talk to you and understand you that you were not having a good time, no? But we talk, we chat. You told me the way you felt, and we have conversations, very healthy conversations that now make you be the boy you are. But there are a lot of teenagers who pass that stage and they get lost and lost and lost. And he's 25 years old, 35 years old, and they still lost and they don't have identity. What do you think is important when you have that situation?
Honestly, everyone goes through this phase. Maybe later in life, maybe they have their life set from teenagers to young adults, but later at 30, they're like, wait a minute, what am I doing? So anyone can go through this stuff at any age, and honestly, there's really not much you can do. You just have to accept the fact that things happen. You just start to lose interest. You start to think, man, is this really worth it? You become quite nihilistic. You think that nothing in life matters and whatnot. But I think it's perfectly normal for things like that to happen, because sometimes you live for many years, and then all of a sudden the things that you found fun and enjoyable no longer feel fun and enjoyable. Not because you don't like it, but because you've had so much of it that you became, bored. It happens. Yeah, I used to play with my toys all the time, but then I grew up and I was like, they're fun. They're fine.
Yes.
But I think I'll watch TV now. It happens slowly. It doesn't happen right away. Like, you're basically playing with your little tank, and then you're like, okay, this is fun, but there's a cool show happening, so I'll just play with the tank tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you're like, maybe the next day. No, the next day, and then you're like, oh snap, I don't want to play with toys anymore. They're not fun. This sucks. What's wrong with me? I used to play with this all day, all the time. What's happening? But yeah, you do something for so many years that it just becomes a bit, not exciting anymore, not thrilling. When you want to keep doing something, you have to have a goal. I think that's the problem for me. I wanted to become a game designer, but I didn't know why. I didn't know how. I didn't practice at home. Every time I went home, I was like, game designing is so much fun at school, but I'm just going to procrastinate, basically. I didn't do anything at home. I didn't work harder. I made everything in life a task, a hassle. Going on bike wasn't fun. It was just necessary. Going to school wasn't fun. I didn't learn anything. I just did it because I had to. You know, every day it was just I have to. I have to eat cereal at 5 a.m. Otherwise, I'm gonna be late. I have to go to the gym once or twice a week. Otherwise, my mom's gonna say, "Why am I buying the gym for you?" I have to. I didn't. That's the problem.
You didn't mean to do it. You didn't want to do it. You have to. And when we use the word have, you have to do something. You don't visualize the value of that thing, and you are not enjoying it.
That's right. So basically, you don't even have to enjoy it. Like sometimes most jobs aren't enjoyable, but you do it because you have to eat and whatnot. But what can help in life is to have goals, to have that goal. Why am I doing this? Why am I working? What's the purpose? I'm just going to eat and sleep again and again and again. Why am I doing this? What do I want in life? What is it that motivates me every day to wake up and say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to study, and I'm going to learn as much as I can. Why?
So to have a purpose, we need to have a goal in order for us to accomplish it and walking happily doing so. And actually, that is tough in teenager ages.
Oh, yeah.
But also for us as an adults, it's also hard because sometimes we lose our path.
Yes.
So what do you think? Because in your case, you're growing. You have a lot of time to do stuff. Actually, we talk and we discuss, and you say, Mommy, I don't want to study anymore. I'm tired of school. I don't like it. Please, Mommy, do something for me. So I get patiently accepted that you didn't want to study. And I didn't want to pay for a college if you were really not going to enjoy it. So we decide that you stay home, but now you start college a week ago, which is super awesome. But now you really like to do it because you have a goal, you have a purpose, which is super, super good. But you still have a lot of time. I mean, you were telling me on the table this evening that by the age of 17, you were like, oh my God, I am 17. I'm too old. And I have done nothing. But now that you're 21, you know that you're still young. You're not old.
And I have done a lot.
And you have done a lot. But what about with us adults that we are in our 40s, 50s, and we don't have a purpose. We don't have a goal. We do things because we have to do it, but we really don't enjoy to do it.
Well, I think this is a major setback.
Okay.
You know, especially in my case as a teenager. Sometimes you want something, but you're not sure. Like you really like ice cream, but hamburger store is closer. So instead of going 10 miles for ice cream, you go around the block for hamburgers, and you're fine. You become conformed. You become very conformed, and that's the problem. People have to sacrifice things to get what they want. Every time I went home, I used to spend hours and hours playing the PlayStation on my phone, and to be honest, I didn't do anything. I just watched videos or played a few matches of Call of Duty, and that's it. I just wasted time. That's all I did. So what you have to do, if you really want something, even if you're not sure, even if you think, oh, down the road, I'm not going to like it, commit. You have to commit. You have to make time, okay? If you say you don't have time, you have to make it. I unplugged my PS4 like 4 times already, and I plugged it back in because I really love playing the games. But then all of a sudden, I turn on the PS4, I play games, and then I get mad, and then I feel like, what's the purpose, you know? Why am I playing games? I feel like games aren't fun anymore. They're losing interest, and I don't want to lose interest. So what I have to do is to take a break. Take a break from gaming, keep all of the stuff that I like to do, put it away. Because if I really care about this, I have to let it go for now. Focus on my goal, see how well I do in school. If I don't do that well in online classes, that means that I'm better suited for physical classes. So hopefully they open classes soon. But yeah. I think the most important thing is make a goal. Make up any goal. You want to be a fireman? Just write it down. Okay. Even if you change it later, at least you work for something. Put a goal. Put many goals. Put a goal, and then take the time to analyze which one is best suited for you. What kind of personality do you have? What kind of time do you have? What do you have that benefits you as a person? And then ask yourself, what takes up most of my time? Do I spend too much time on my phone? Probably. Instead of spending 6 hours on Facebook, you could spend 4 hours on Facebook, and the other 2 hours you could just browse how to become a fireman. How much is the pay for a fireman? You know, all that stuff. And then you see the money, and then you're like, oh snap. And then you're like, the benefits. You become a citizen. You become a help in society. Think about it that way. When I work at this part-time job, I'm not just working at a part-time job. I'm helping society. I'm contributing to society by giving away food. Like, sure, it's not a big deal now, but you know, doing it for multiple hours, multiple days, I make a customer like happy and smile. So yeah. For now, take small steps. Don't say, hey, I'm gonna work to get a 6-pack and that's it. No, because you're gonna distract yourself. All right, this is very important. You're gonna distract yourself. You're gonna say, oh, I'm not seeing any results. This is dumb. I hate it. This is a waste of time. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm throwing the towel. Okay, no. Start with small goals. Just say, you know what? I can only do 5 sit-ups today. Tomorrow I'll do 6. The next day, 7. The next day, you're feeling confident. You're like 10. I can do 10. You try it. You can't do 10. You're like, okay, I'll rest. 5 minutes. Drink some water. Breathe. Keep going. 10. Oh, yes. I did 10 sit-ups. Yes, finally. Good. And when you do 10 sit-ups, you go on Instagram and you post it. Who cares what people say? Oh, I did 50 sit-ups, okay? I did 100 sit-ups in my sleep, bro. Who cares about them? They can do 1,000,000 sit-ups. They mean nothing to you, okay? Because you did your 10 sit-ups. That's what matters, all right? That drawing that you saw, I was embarrassed. I was like, Mom, you really want me? I mean, you really want my drawing on our program that's like professional? And she's like, yeah, because it's yours. You're special.
Oh, he's talking about the logo that we have for the program. He made the drawing, and I told him, yes, I want that on the logo because you made it. It's yours. It doesn't matter how does it look like. You made it, and you made it thinking about what I wanted to be this program. Mm-hmm. So it's awesome. You know, now can you understand why I am in so much love with this guy? Oh my God, he impressed me so much. And I really love that the way he shares things, and probably is going to encourage a lot of teenagers who may be watching this program or listening to this program in somewhere around the world to inspire teenagers and adults and grown-ups, anybody to enjoy everything. He has a really hard life, but now he's like, wow, super cool. Actually, he's my teacher. He's my mentor. He teaches me a lot of stuff. He's my support. I can tell a lot of good stuff about him, but I really, really like that he shares everything that he's sharing with me, with all the world. And I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart that you are connected to this program, SIGH with US. And actually, thank you very much to radiodonesytalentos.com, who is transmitting our program as well in República Dominicana. Thank you very much. I really thank you, Carberry, who is the director of this really awesome station, radiodonesytalentos.com in República Dominicana. And obviously, we are transmitting this program through LatinoRadioTV.com. And it's awesome. I'm so in love with you. But okay, let's continue. Before we continue with this, because he gave us really good tips, and I would like to remember about those tips, because I think it's super important that every time we have some tools, we need to write it down. Because if we just keep it in our heads, it's going to be gone. And then all what we want is flying away. Mm-hmm. You were telling us to write our goals.
Yeah.
To always write our goals.
Put it on physical paper or your phone. Take notes.
Take notes. Yeah. But also, you were telling us not just one goal, so many goals. The goals that you have on your mind, like you have a dream, like Martin Luther King. I have a dream. Okay, you have one dream, you have two dreams, you have so many dreams. Write it down.
Yeah, I see. Oh, it's like a sketch in a drawing. You don't just draw like Da Vinci, right? You don't draw the Mona Lisa like right away. No. You sketch it out. You draw the head, you draw the body, you draw the arms, blah, 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 blah. And if you like the pose, like you want to pose like that, okay, good. If you don't want it, just erase it, blah, blah, blah. So that's my point. You draw so many goals that you're thinking, okay, I know I can find something from this big pool of goals, right? You can just go fishing, right? Go fishing, pull out a fish, you're like, I'm not into salmon. Put it back. You grab a cod, you're like, tasty, doable. So you put it in the good pile, right? But then you grab like this big fish, this big goal. You're like, oh my God, it's so tough, but I'm going to keep pulling because it's what I want. I'm sure of it. And then once you pull it, you're like, yes, this is the kind of goal I want. This big fish that tastes good and it's going to smell nice. And oh man, I like fish.
No, but that is so also.
I forgot what I was saying.
No. Like you were saying, so many goals, so many dreams. Yeah. But during the walking time, you're going to find out the big one.
Yeah.
The one that you really enjoy, the one that you work hard for it and you get it. And when you have it on your hands, like the fish you were talking about, is like, this is the goal that I want. Mm-hmm. But now that you have the fish in your hands, what are you going to do with that fish? Yeah. Because maybe you're going to put aside the other goals because you already found your main goal. But now that you have it on your hands, what are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. No? Which is super important. But next, to find your personality, which is super good. You were talking about find your personality, who you really are. What do you really want? Because probably you got this big fish that is a catfish. Mm-hmm. But in reality, you were not looking for a catfish. You were looking for a
dogfish
or a salmon.
Seahorse
fish. Okay. So you got your goal, you got your fish, but what kind of fish you were looking for? What is your personality? No, yes. For example, you like anime, but not all anime is for you. Mm-hmm. You want to be a game designer, but not all the games are meant for you. So you need to find out who you are, what do you want, how do you look like, how do you want to picture yourself with the things you're going to commit to do, and when you get them, that they fit with your personality, which is super, super important.
Yeah.
And then you were telling us about, ask yourself, how am I using my time? Am I spending the time correctly, or I am wasting my time?
No, not exactly.
Not exactly.
Okay. Not wasting your time.
But sometimes
resting. No, I know, but resting is so important because sometimes you burn out if you're working all the time.
Okay.
So resting periods are important, but if you can shorten those resting periods, or if you can bring it in your heart to say, you know what, I have to put my phone down. You know, sacrifice. That's a good thing, but don't overdo it, because you're just gonna stress yourself out and you're not gonna do it at all. It's like you say, you know what, screw everything, I'm gonna lift 1,000 pounds. You lift 1,000 pounds, you break your back, and then what? You stop lifting and you're done.
Exactly.
So for now, I wouldn't say, you know, throw it all away if it's not beneficial. But if you truly think it's beneficial and you talked with your parents, you know what, I think the TV has to go, then it has to go. But have a conversation about it. Don't just do it, because then you'll be like, no!
Okay, so what you're telling me is not to use the wasting time with time, but better use it like, okay, I am spending 3 hours sleeping. Mm-hmm. Why I don't reduce that time to 2 hours, and the third hour I use it for another stuff to accomplish my goal, is what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? It's super important also the way we talk, the way we use words. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, remember that when we were buying stuff and you said, oh, you're going to waste your money or you're going to spend your money. And I said, no. From now on, we're going to invest. Mm-hmm. So every time I go to a store, I am investing on food. Every time I buy clothes, I am investing on clothes. Every time I pay the rent, I am investing in the rent. So it's really super important to find exactly words who help you to, instead of going like straight, you go up.
You think positively?
You think positively. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I agree. But it's because sometimes, it's because it is hard. I'm not right. I'm not correct with the spending time and whatnot. Because for some people, again, you have to check your personality. For some people, they're like super addicted to gaming, and their parents are like, okay, we're sending you to army camp.
Yes.
And it helps. It actually changes their life for the better. And then sometimes someone is addicted to alcohol. You say, okay, you know what? I'm throwing all your bottles away.
Yes.
They're like, okay, fine. They sneak out and they rob a bottle. They rob a store to get a bottle because they're that in need of the bottle. So then you cause a problem. So it just depends. It's so tough, man. Humans, we're so complicated. But I'm trying my best to explain my point. And eventually in time, I'll have the words and the right facts to use in these situations. But for now, I'm just using my little noggin. So have a discussion with your significant others, your family, friends, whatnot. Please just don't take my word and go with it. You know, have a discussion with people around you, and then say, okay, you know, and then conclude, and then make the best decision possible for yourself. But yeah, these are just simple tips from simple people.
Jairo, why we don't go to a break? Yeah. Then we come back and then we say hi to the people who is connected to the program. And thank you. You are in SIGH with us.
SIGH with us.
Yeah. And we come back. Let me just find here the video. And we come back. Thank you.
Estás escuchando Latino Radio TV.
No te vayas.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Somos Latino Radio TV, una emisora que proyecta calidez digital. Estamos ubicados en Florida, Estados Unidos, y tenemos presencia en más de 75 países. Ingresa a latinoradiotv.com y conoce a nuestros locutores.
Argentina, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, México, Cuba, España, Estados Unidos y más países detrás de un micrófono.
Claro está, Latino Radio TV. Síguenos en las redes sociales y danos me gusta. Así todos nosotros
seguiremos creciendo juntos.
¿Qué te motiva? ¿Qué te hace vibrar? Llorar, cantar, reír. mucho que pensar, reflexionar y decir. Mi nombre es Tino Duque y te invito a nuestro programa Pensamiento y Reflexión. Punto de encuentro, el corazón. Todos los domingos a las 10 a.m. hora Miami por www.latinoradiotv.com. Los esperamos.
Evolucionando juntas a través del deporte, el arte, la espiritualidad y más. Hola, ¿cómo están? Las saludo a Patricia Cofante y las invito a que me escuchen todos los jueves a partir de las 11 de la mañana, hora de Florida, y 12 de Argentina, en mi programa Mujeres en Evolución por www.latinoradiotv.com. Las espero, mujeres bellas. Muchas gracias.
Estás escuchando Latino Radio TV. Regresamos.
Y sí, bueno, ya regresamos. We need some spots and promos in English since we're starting in English, or no?
This video is sponsored by Coca-Cola, so thank you.
No, no, they don't pay us anything. No, this this program is sponsored by us for the moment.
For the moment, we sponsor ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
For free.
But let's just connect with some comments here. Let me put my glasses because I cannot see.
Let me read the first comment.
Okay.
This is from Peter Griffin. Thank you, Peter Griffin, for saying that Jairo has drawings just like Pablo Picasso. Thank you so much. And that Erica de la O is an amazing and talented individual who is the CEO of everything on this planet. Okay, great. Perfect.
Thank you very much. Okay, Luis Pérez nos dice saludos cordiales desde Colombia, saludos hasta Colombia de promo artistas pijamosas, representantes de artistas musicales a todos los géneros. Mucho gusto, Luis, gracias por estar conectados. Nuestra querida Ari Camacho, quien con ella comenzamos nuestro programa Sin Censura mañana. Besos hasta México. Saludos, qué gusto verlos, me encantan. Gracias. Nuestra querida Bruni Pizarro, quien nos saluda desde Puerto Rico. Hola, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Llegando ahora, me conecté. Nuestra querida Bruna, qué bello el chico. Un beso y abrazo. Que dice, jejeje, eso chico gracioso. Jairo es guapo, sí, muy, muy guapo. Y esos rizos no se los cortes. Esperemos que no se los corte porque a él luego le gusta tener el cabello cortito. Y dice, es un piropo de mamá, creo soy teen. Sí, así es, mi querida Bruni. Muchísimas gracias, de verdad, gracias por estar connected to our program SIGH WITH US with Jairo Romo and Erica de la O. And so we were talking about these goals and these things that we need to focus on it. And in the beginning, we were talking about that we lose our path. And when you're a teenager, you don't know who you are and what do you want. Mm-hmm. But also adults, sometimes we are lost. Mm-hmm. And you were giving us some tips to accomplish so we can pursue our goal and commit to that. On the other hand, you were telling us about helping society. I like that. Yeah. I like that. So we find ourselves, we write our goals, we search for our personality, but now with what I am doing, am I helping only myself or am I helping society? Mm-hmm. Which is super, super awesome. In life, we have to take care about us, but also we have to take care about others. So when I focus on, I'm going to create this microphone. Mm-hmm. It's going to be worth it for me. It's going to be useful for me. But on the road, it's going to be useful for Erica and Jairo, and it's going to be useful and helpful for other broadcasters. So I'm going to create a microphone.
Yes.
No? For example, in game designer, because you want to become a game designer, are you thinking to make games so you accomplish your own goal, you accomplish your dreams, you're going to make it thinking about what Jairo want, what Jairo like, or you're going to make those games thinking about what people would like to get, what people would like to enjoy, that becomes that comes from you, but differently. So,
Depends.
Depends,
For example, depends of the month and season.
okay.
Mostly, I would want to make a game that I would enjoy and people would enjoy as well.
Okay.
You know, however, if you want to make the real buck, you have to focus on people that, you know.
Okay, if you want to make money, you need to think on people.
Yes.
What do they want? What they are looking for?
Oh no, the popular thing.
Okay.
For example,
the
the popular thing, it's Fortnite. I mean, yeah, Battle Royale. I mean,
Okay.
I personally don't like those games, but if I would have to make one, I would.
Okay, that is similar, so
Yeah.
you can make money.
Mhm.
But if you wanna be satisfied with what you're doing, what would you make?
I would take inspiration from Software. It's a Japanese company that focuses on MMO, RPG. Well, that's what they said. Games where I'll take example Dark Souls, where you're a knight who has nothing.
Okay.
You have nothing. You have no purpose. You have no name. You have nothing. So you basically look for something to, help you keep going, and then you find fire. A fire that provides life. Touch that fire, and then your skin just becomes alive. You become alive with just a simple touch of a fire. And then you're like, oh snap, this is pretty cool. Let me go find other fires. And then there's these big monsters trying to stop you from touching the fire. And you're like, oh man, what the heck? This fire makes me happy, and you guys are just going to stop me? Time to brawl. And then you fight your way just to touch flames because it's fun. Oh man, why don't you explain the games? Anyways, the point is, you just take inspiration from companies that have been successful with games that you like. I would take inspiration from Software, the people that made God of War, the people that made the campaign mode of Black Ops 2, things like that.
So mainly when you are searching for your goal, when you are doing stuff, it's like a half-half. You do it to be happy with what you're doing, but also to help society with what you're doing.
Entertainment.
Yeah. But if you give everything to the society and you're empty, you won't feel good. Or if you keep everything to yourself, it's not going to be good either.
Yeah, balance is an important key. I think I mentioned balance a lot, but I'm yet to figure out what helps me balance myself. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. Not even close, man. But, we can all learn a little bit we can learn a little bit from each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. And actually, there's one thing I'd like to mention that may or may not inspire you to keep moving forward, but all of you are living in the future. This is insane, man. 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, I don't know. 20 years ago, phones like this didn't exist. In this past decade, you have all this technology and it's amazing. And with so much information and so many people traveling around the world, you're not satisfied in US, you move to Mexico, you're like, oh snap, this is pretty cool. Or you're not happy in Mexico, you to go to Canada, you're like, oh yeah, woo! There's everything for everyone. So you just keep moving. There's so much traveling. There's so much technology. And you can be the person that invents this super awesome, I don't know. Just think about it that way. You're living in the future. You can be part of it, or you can let the future pass you and you just watch it go by, thinking, man, I could have done something. But instead of saying, I could have done something, it could be like, I am doing something. I am doing. Well,
I like the phrase that you just mentioned. It's you let the future pass. The future is still there.
Mm-hmm.
The past is there.
Yes.
The present is here.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you let the future pass.
Yeah.
How do you explain that if you haven't arrived to the future, but it's super deep what you're saying? Because right now, it's this moment.
Yes.
In 1 second, it's going to be future. But in 1 second, I did nothing. In 2 seconds, I did nothing. In 5 minutes, I did nothing. In 1 hour, I did nothing. In 2 hours, I did nothing. In 1 day, I did nothing.
Right.
That is passing. Let's pass in the future doing nothing.
Just imagine 50 years pass, right? Just imagine 50 years pass. Do you want to be the guy or girl that says, I should have tried it, instead of saying, I'm glad I tried it? I'm glad I failed. You know what? In high school, I had a crush, right? And I was thinking, yo, I'm going to go up to her and say this, this, and that, and she's going to fall in love with me, and we're going to have a happy future together. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. All right. I walked up to her and I said nothing. Okay. I was just like, oh, you're pretty. And then I walked away because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed of myself. I couldn't sleep well for 3 months. But then after those 3 months, I was like, you know what? It's part of life. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I knew I wasn't ready. You know what? I wasn't the most confident man. I'm still not the most confident man. I still struggle. But at least I know that I tried. Now, it might suck. It might suck at the moment. You know, you might be like hurting. You might be like, God, my pride, man. But eventually you'll get over it and you'll be like, yo, I did it. Me. I talked to her. You know?
And then you become confident because of that. Yes, actually, that is super, super important, guys. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you fail. Doesn't matter if you get into the hole, but you did it. You're not on the other side saying, why if I should do it? Why if I could do it? Mm-hmm. I did it. I failed, I learned, and I can continue because I become strong.
Yes. And that's why it's very important for people to have like apoyo. Like, you don't necessarily have to have friends, but friends help. You know, you fail, you're like, oh man, that chick just rejected me. And they're like, oh, no worries, bro. You're fine. You're sick, man. You did it. You know, support them. Or your family members. You're like, Mom, I didn't have a good day today. The teacher literally laughed in my face because I got an F. And she's like, no te preocupes, mijo. Ya le vamos a dar en la...
No, I didn't say that. No,
con estudio.
Yes. No, like, for example, the good thing also is super important. As a parents, we have to support our children. Sometimes we feel like disappointed because it's the truth. Yeah. We want a lot of stuff from our kids and we feel disappointed and we say, oh my God, you are... You have the word here, like, you're a but you don't say it. And you say, you know what? You failed. Let's find out why you failed. Let's find out why you didn't put attention. Maybe you were needing glasses. Maybe you didn't like the teacher. Maybe you were having issues.
Maybe you didn't sleep well.
Maybe you didn't sleep
well. And now you got arrested.
Maybe you were bullied. Maybe a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So as a parents, we need to take the courage to understand our kids and listen to them and then talk. What things are not going well? What is going on? And it's what I did with you. I didn't let you down, which I really love. Because, I think that makes you strong and make you like more secure about yourself, which is super awesome, right?
Oh, yeah, of course, 100%. I agree with you. I think communication is so important nowadays because of mental health. Sometimes people don't realize how important it is that you have to check your mental state. You can't just say everything's fine because sometimes it's just not. All right. Sometimes you do have bad days. You do have days where you just throw the towel. What can you do? Pick it back up and use it? No, it's already on the floor. It's dirty. It's time to grieve or to, cry. Let out all those negative emotions because I think that's also important.
Yes.
You can't pretend everything's okay when it's not okay. You can accept.
That is another thing.
You can accept that you failed. You can accept that, you know what? I dropped the ball today. I shouldn't have yelled at my girlfriend. I think I was too upset to think of the bigger picture. or I shouldn't have punched my friend in the face because he called me dumb. I think I exaggerated. I made a mistake, and I have to take responsibility and apologize, or give a hug or whatnot. Because sometimes you have to recognize that we're not perfect. We're the most imperfect beings on the planet. But that's what makes us special. We're the only beings that can recognize that. How many animals out there can communicate like this? How many animals on the planet can say, you know what, I like you, or you know what, I don't like you anymore?
Yes.
How many? We're like the only ones. We're so weird. You look at dogs or cats, they're like, all they want to do is play, eat, drink, and sleep. That's it. But we're more complex. People are just so diverse in features and in minds. Oh man, it's so awesome that I got to live in this world
as a human and not as a bird.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just so cool.
It's so cool, but now that you see it that way, and you feel so passionate about life and being a human being who think, who feel, who can do stuff, who can move, who can approach people and hug people, who can say good words, who can apologize, who can say, no, thank you, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this, so I'm good. You know what? You don't have to do everything in life to be happy.
Yes.
You can say no.
Mm-hmm. Which is super, super awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much for being with us. Join us in this first program on SIGH with us. Just like that, let's oxygenate our brain with a lot of inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah, we forgot to tell you what sighing is. A sighing is basically, it's not just inhale, it's not just exhaling. Sometimes you're mad, you're like, so you sigh your problems away.
Yeah!
Yeah, let's go!
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. I hope we're gonna still talking about so many topics. We are a family. We are growing together. Jairo is my best friend, which I love him. Now he and I are by ourselves, and we are growing together. And I really want you to grow with us and learn about what a mom, a son can make together. And see you next week through Facebook Live, Latino Radio TV Oficial, through latinoradiotv.com, and through radiodonesytalentos.com. No se les olvide que mañana también tenemos el estreno de nuestro programa con Arián Camacho y Erika de la Una Servidora en Sin Censura. Muchísimas gracias. Besos, abrazos, todo nuestro cariño para ustedes. Déjame nada más paso aquí un último comentario donde nos dice Bruni, déjame decir, desde Puerto Rico, so cute, dear son Erika. Thank you, Bruni. Y dice, tu otro hijo no te gusta la cámara, ¿verdad? Bueno, no, Diego se fue a Ecuador. Él está en Ecuador. La próxima semana estaremos hablando un poquito de esto. Estamos con una nueva versión familiar. Y bueno, gracias. Chao. Que les vaya súper bien. Chao.
Esa manota.
Chao.